Welcome to Epic Conversations. I'm Diane Grubis, and we're here again with my friend Zoe, and we're continuing our discussion on purpose. There is quite a bit to cover on that topic. We'd like to look at our personal transitions in life because we believe that purpose is going to change in different stages of our lives. For example, when when I started out in college, I started out as a nursing major.
Wow.
And I know, me a nurse, okay, but probably because my cousin who I admired was a nurse. So I thought, okay, that sounds good, I'll try that. Well, after the second year, and then you start getting into the hospital, I went, this is not for me.
Right.
So I got out real fast. And I changed my major to accounting.
Right.
And my mother was a bookkeeper, and so maybe it kind of ran in the family for a little while. But so I changed my major to accounting, and that is definitely the opposite of nursing.
Right.
And and then later in life, I had more of a desire and a call on my life, and I went back to school for theology, for biblical studies too. And so I wanted to change again. And so there's a transition, and there's different stages that we go through in life.
Yes.
And so I'd like you to share about your transitions and your stages.
Well, I feel like I've transitioned a lot. And like you know, when I was in high school trying to determine the future, I kind of contemplated being a midwife just because I like babies. But then I thought about you have to deal with the blood. And maybe not. But then, you know, in trying to decide, you know, I knew I did like numbers, you know. I like numbers, and I thought, okay, what would I do? And then I ended up studying computer science in college. So I did study computer science. And, you know, talking about purpose, I always had that sense of, God, I want to fulfill my purpose. God, I want to be where you want me to be. I want to be, you know, I just don't want to, you know, just flick through life without really doing everything He wanted me to do. So I don't know if I overthought it, but I was like, okay, well, I studied computer science, but I didn't quite feel like it because I thought I don't want to be a programmer the rest of my life. That much I knew. So I went on to. So I grew up in Nigeria. I was actually born in Vienna, Austria, but I grew up in Nigeria, and then after my bachelor's degree, I went to England for my master's degree, and still in that place of not being quite sure what I wanted to do. I was like, okay, well, the numbers are still good for now, so I did a master's in information and process systems engineering, which was a little bit of a stretch from computing, but you know, it had elements of process improvement, IT, a bit of programming. It was just a mix of all kinds of things. And I will tell you that even after finishing my master's, I found myself working in a church, doing administration, doing accounting. Then I went on to work for the BBC, and I was an information analyst, and I worked with databases, and then we moved to the US, and I was still kind of seeking and searching, and I felt God just saying, focus on writing. So I went into technical writing. So my first few jobs working here in the US was as a technical writer, and then I moved from Texas to Colorado, and I started working for a ministry, and I worked with in the IT department as an admin assistant. So you can see I've kind of just like, but all still trying to be where God wanted me to be, and still trying to fulfill that purpose. So it kind of feels like a rabbit trail, but then it's all still seeking God. What would you have me do at this point in time? This is where I'm at right now. What would you have me do? And now I'm back to writing, not even as a technical writer, but as a creative writer. So I mean, like I joke around that if you look at my resume, I don't think you could really say this is who she is. But you know, just seeking God at each stage of my life. That God, you know, my heart is to fulfill that ultimate purpose, if there is such a word, but trying to be faithful where I am right now and knowing that it's all going to culminate someday in what he wants me to be and what he wants me to do. And, just trying to find peace in each stage of, of my life as I transition through different stages. So,
amen. That has been quite a journey.
yes, it has.
Starting with numbers and
Yes.
technical to writing and
Yeah.
now creative.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because, when I think of numbers,
Mhm.
numbers don't lie. Numbers don't talk back.
No, they don't.
Numbers don't really change.
Right. And they don't
I mean,
complain.
They don't complain.
Right.
But when we deal with people,
Mm.
and there's really not a lot of creativity with numbers unless you want to get into creative financing. But yeah, but the creativity uses a different set of skills. It uses a different side of your brain.
Mhm.
It's like one is the right side and the other's the left side.
I always say
creatively.
that the whole of my brain works, because some people will say their brain is left-sided, and
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yeah, God created me fearfully and wonderfully.
I
Make sure
got it.
every part of my brain works. So,
Yes, it works great on
Mhm.
both sides.
yeah, both sides of my brain work.
So you're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes, I am. And another thing I've come to learn
Mhm.
is not to be so hung up on, because I'm trying to find my purpose, not to find contentment where I'm at today. Because when I started off, like in my career, I was always just like, it has to be my purpose, I have to be there, but,
Mhm.
not really taking time to stop and smell the roses, as they say, So, but now it's finding God where I'm at.
Amen.
Mhm.
That's good.
Right.
Being content and finding God through the transition right where we're at. Amen. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
And I think that is a topic that needs to be discussed even further.
Okay. So that's it for today. We thank you for joining us on the show and join us next time. Have an epic day in the Lord.